Hey, what's going on, friends? It's Frank Junior here from Craving Strange. And you're watching or listening or checking out The Kate Fox Show. But you need to really watch it and you need to really listen. And there'll be a test on Tuesday. Just saying.
You're watching The Kate Fox Show. I'm Kate Fox, and today I am speaking with Frank Junior Guertin.
Hey.
And Frank, you are, and how we met actually, you're the guitar player for a band called?
Craving Strange.
And we're actually in your studio right now.
Yeah, Craving Strange HQ. Headquarters, if you don't know what HQ is.
We can put captions for those
Right.
who don't get it. But this, and you've been together for a long time.
Yeah, we formed in end of 2007, and we've been together ever since. You know, we had lineup changes and.
Not a lot of lineup changes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
a lot of changes.
Pretend I didn't say that.
No, there's been a lot of. Yeah, no, we're the two founding members is right now is myself and Jimmy Jimmy G, and we have Chris Monty on bass, who's thunderous and just amazing.
Monty, we look great in pictures together. I'm sorry, Kelly,
He has the
but we're
best
getting
smile.
married if you guys, just because we look so good in pictures together. Sorry.
Right.
Go on.
And we have a new drummer. Not really new. He's been in the band
He's
for
been
about a year and a half.
Yeah.
Chris Waterbury, and he's just breathed new life into the band. You know, energy that we needed. And we're writing new material. We actually finished up recording 3 new songs that we're going to release. The first one in October, a song called Rise. And then we're going to release it in 3 months. We'll release another single, and then another 3 months we'll release another single. And through the process of release, we're recording another 3 batch. So then once the 3rd song's released, we're going to release another song, and then another song. It's going to be like that, like a snowball effect for between 2020, 2021, and so on. We were going to do a full-length new record, but no one really is buying CDs anymore. No one's really, you know.
I don't get, well, you would get it more than me because obviously it's what you deal with.
Yeah.
I buy CDs.
Yeah, I enjoy a good vinyl. You know, I like the I like the original stuff. But in our business of playing live, especially with everything that's going on right now, our live shows was where we would sell most of our CDs.
That's true, and you can't do that right now, so it's easier
Can't
to
tour,
put out
can't do anything. Yeah, it's
Oh.
rough. It's rough. So putting singles out on Spotify worldwide, we're going to do that. You know, putting singles out, promoting it, maybe doing a video. It's going to keep us going, keep us moving.
But you have kept moving. You and your band have been doing different live streams.
Yeah.
And what is the acoustic thing I'm trying to think of?
Yeah, we did. We did an acoustic set. We've been doing acoustic sets for a while. We got endorsed by a guitar company. Jim and I got endorsed by a company called Michael Kelly.
I know
Guitars.
Michael Kelly
Yeah.
guitars. Oh,
We were
yay!
very, very fortunate. They gave us a couple of really cool acoustic guitars, and we did a couple of shows with Randy Jackson from Zebra.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, right before COVID hit, we did some really fun shows acoustic wise, and all of our fans are like, "Why don't you guys do an acoustic album?" Because we take our songs and switch them around and
Right.
make them acoustic. And then we just recently did a live stream for News 12.
That's right. Yes, yes.
Yeah, which was a lot of fun. We're getting into the live streaming thing. We bought some equipment. We're testing things out. So when we do a full show, it sounds really like you're there, like you're at the show, like you're here
Which
with
is
us.
huge.
You know, which is what we
right
want.
now.
We want. Yeah. So it's been an interesting year, to say the least. But as far as the band goes, we have new music on the way. We're tighter than ever. We're through COVID and being home. We still kept in communication. We still wrote music at home together, and now separate. And now we're together again, rehearsing 4 nights a week,
Great.
every week. So it's been great.
Wow, and now if people want to listen to your music,
Sure.
where do they go?
CravingStrange.net is our official website. You can get all of our music, all of our merchandise, t-shirts, guitar picks, what have you, CDs. CDs.
Nice.
If you want, we have a stock full of CDs. Those boxes up there, we gotta go, folks, we gotta sell. Yeah, and then of course we're doing some live content, YouTube content. YouTube.com/Craving Strange. We're doing everything. Jimmy G's doing a Will It Sound Good acoustic,
Oh,
where he
yes,
takes different
that's
songs
right.
and does them acoustic, which is great. Our drummer is doing a Jam with a Stranger, so he's playing some stuff on drums and people are playing along with him, and he's rebroadcasting it out. It's been really cool.
That's really great.
Yeah. We're all trying to do a little something on YouTube, the tube of the U.
I'm very bad at that. I have not been pushing my YouTube channel, so I'll have to take some lessons from you because.
Take lessons from Jimmy G. He is taking the lead on
Really?
the whole channel of YouTube for us. Yeah, he's done great. He's at video editing. We're all doing everything in house, so it's cool.
Excellent.
It's cool stuff.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, now we're talking about music, but what I want to do is talk about the new endeavor you are taking on. But what we're gonna do is, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Tattoo Tony, and you're watching the Kate Fox Show.
How you doing?
And we're back, and Frank, we were speaking about your music, but now what I wanted to talk about is what you just started recently.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you,
Go ahead.
no, you,
Go
no, you.
ahead. Yeah, I started an online blog site called Frank Junior Pages of My Life .rocks, and it's primarily focused on. It's just like a window into me, just like who I am, like what I've been through. What I've seen throughout 40 years of living. I've been through some experiences that the hope is to share those experiences with some insight to how I got through them, how I got through them the right way, the way I feel is the right way, how to get through adversity and not, the opposite, of going the wrong path, I mean, we all in life have these things that hit us. Everyone has a journey. I always felt that some of the things that I've experienced, it might help someone if they heard it from somebody else. And maybe they can't identify with the exact moment, but they can identify with the feelings. The feelings of, loss, the feelings of pain, the feelings of self-negativity, and then how they changed that to find forgiveness, to find happiness, to find peace, to find love. That's my goal with this website, is to just give people a little bit of a glimpse, and maybe more of a glimpse, of what I've been through. I've had it's been a crazy ride. It's been a crazy ride. It's been bumpy, a little turbulence, but no, it's something I feel that it would help. If it helped one person, I've done my job. That's the way I look at it. I feel like that's been the right way. It's not about getting fans. It's not about getting likes. It's not about being a rock star. It's about being Frank. Not being the stage. It's just, hey, he's a little open door into the kid who was in 3rd grade, who had no friends because he was in Catholic school, and he was into Kiss, he was into Led Zeppelin, and none of the other kids at that time. You have to think, this is a time where none of the other children were musicians. No one played guitar. No one played those things. The people played kickball and baseball, and they wanted to run around and do that stuff. And I would sit on the sidelines because I was never accepted, because I liked music. I liked music early on, and for years I was just shunned away. And I had to figure out as a child, how to take care of me at an early age. That's what I had to do. And then fast forward, when I was, I had a dad who was my mentor. My father was the rock of the family. He was the heart of the family. He believed in respect. He believed in caring. He believed in taking pride in everything that you do in life. Even if you fail, it's okay, but if you tried, that's the goal. And he was my best friend. And when I was 16, I came home from high school and I found him. He died of an aneurysm in his basement.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and I came home from school and I found him. But at that point, I had to then tell my mother of 20 years, they're married, that her husband's gone. I had to tell then because everyone relied on me, call my brother, tell him, call my sister, call my cousins, tell him. So that day, it was like I relived all of the pain. I just found my dad, and now I'm telling everybody because everyone relied on me to get the family together.
That's a lot. And 16.
16.
And
It was rough.
16's a hard age anyway.
Yeah, it was the worst thing. I think that the worst thing I've ever been through, and I've been through some stuff, but that's the thing that started off other things that made my life a little bit more difficult with challenges that I also put on myself. So yeah, it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. You know, to lose someone who I never experienced death before. I never had a pet that died.
Oh
I never
my
had a
God,
family
so-
member that died. So that was dad.
That was your
Gone.
first experience.
First time.
Oh my gosh.
You know, so that to me was, my heart was ripped out. You know, my mother, you know, she loved us, but my mother dove into her things to cope.
Of course.
You know, and so I was alone raising myself. My brother and sister split. My family members moved away. I was alone. So I then dove into the wrong things because I had such pain. I didn't know how to cope with pain, you know. So I had, you know, I had my first dealings with drugs and alcohol, and you know, before that, when my dad was alive, I never thought of drugs and alcohol. It never even came into my mind, like, because life was good.
Right.
You know, I felt safe. I felt, even though I didn't have many friends, I had my dad.
That's key.
You know?
Are you doing it to me again? Because you felt safe.
I felt safe. Yeah.
And that's so important.
It is, and I think that's why I'm so big on with my son. Like,
Well, I was gonna mention that
Yeah.
as well, and I gotta tell you, my entire body right now, you're killing me, because I keep getting these goosebumps like crazy, because I was just gonna say that, because you are such a good dad, and you have this boy, well, young man.
15 now.
But, I mean, you're a single dad, you've had full custody of him.
Yeah, since he's 4.
And you can see it though, when you see him, you can see that he's cared for. And it's very nice to see that this young man is just, he's comfortable because of you.
You know what? I give him all the credit because he has fought his way into this world. When we found out, like, you know, when like you go to get like the results in, when it's like, yeah, you can have a boy or a girl.
Uh-huh.
So the big day, we're gonna have the results. We go to the doctor's, and the doctor pulled us into his back office and he sat us down. I'm like, what's going on? And he opened up this book, this
Oh.
medical book, and he said, your son has. I'm like, I'm gonna have a son. That's. He didn't even like introduce the fact that I'm having a boy.
Oh my gosh.
Right to the point. He's like, your son has gastroschisis. His intestines are growing outside of his abdomen wall. It's not closing correctly inside of, you know, his mother. And he goes, there's a great possibility he won't survive. And this is 15 weeks we found out. And then now, what's it, like 34, 35 weeks?
So you have to
go on.
carry that around.
So between that and then now everything else going on, I mean, the stresses of that, and then, you know, when I found out I was going to be a dad, I stopped all drinking. I stopped all drugs. I quit. I did a 2-week detox in my house.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't go to a hospital. I didn't do anything. I did 2 weeks detox in my house, and then I went to meetings. I went to Narcotics Anonymous meetings, and I never stopped. I went every day. I went on my lunch hour. I would go at night. I would go on the weekends, Sunday mornings. I found a men's meeting on Sunday mornings where I just gravitated to. I just was like, this is my spot, this is my home group. And I did that because I realized I have a responsibility. Whatever the outcome is, I have a responsibility. And why I say my son is the one who I give credit to, because the doctor said he's probably not gonna make it. He was born, they did the surgery, it was a 3.5, 4 hour surgery.
Oh my gosh.
And they said he probably won't come home for months. He has to be in the hospital in the incubator. He came home in 3 weeks. He healed up. He never had a stomach issue ever again. He has special needs, you know, things that we have to get through together, but we're tight, my son and I, but he's a warrior. He's a true example of a warrior, you know. He knows that he has certain things, that he's different.
Okay.
Not different, but he's unique. He's this little unique individual. And he has some challenges, but he understands now as a 15-year-old and all the things that we've discussed throughout all the years of him being alive. The therapy, the encouragement, the love, the tough love, because I don't play. I'm dad, I'm your best friend, but I'm your dad first. So he's come a long way. He made honor roll last year. He's going into 10th grade now. He's healthy.
Oh my God.
He loves Taco Bell. It drives me nuts. He got my DoorDash password, so once in a while I get a little alert from Taco Bell.
Oh my God, that's
But
hysterical.
he's a respectful. Everything that my father taught me, I instilled on him, and he's brought it back home. So I feel like even though I got gypped out of losing my dad, I have this beautiful gift, and having full custody of him when he was 4 right up to now has just been, it's been great. You know, it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing.
Wow, and seeing the two of you together, seeing him, you can see the relationship, you can see who he's becoming, and it's just, you two are a great team.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's very evident, very.
He plays guitar now too.
I know, I saw that, I was like, oh.
He you know, like, he would say to me, Dad, can I, you know, like when he was a kid, he would run around with the guitar and do the poses, and, you know, it was cute. It's like, oh, how adorable. And then I always thought, I'm like, is he really gonna play? You know, is he gonna play a chord? You know, and I'd show him some stuff, and but he taught himself in his room. He grabbed a guitar, taught
That's
himself,
huge.
and then he would come to me and ask me questions. Daddy, what about this? What about that? I would help him, but he would learn on his own. And now he teaches me stuff. He's like, Dad, check this Motley Crue riff out. I'm like, no, you play it like this. And then we look it up. He's playing it right, and I'm playing it wrong. So it's like,
I love it.
it's great. It's cool yet not so cool, because I thought I'd be playing the things right. And
Oh, the teacher becomes the student.
absolutely. It's true. I learned a lot from my son. I definitely learned a lot from him.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. And it's just, so I'm assuming we're gonna hear about his adventures.
Yes.
With what you put out
Absolutely.
there.
There's so much more than that's why I think the blog site is a good doorway to a good forum rather to put these out. You know, because like I'm giving you like little glimpses of what has happened, but
Right.
there's so much more. There's so much backstory, so much history of why certain things had happened. But the kicker is, once those things have happened, how did I get through them, and how did I get to where I am now? You know?
Absolutely.
Full-time dad, full-time job, 27 years in a band since forever.
And
you
that's
know,
each one of these things in itself is a huge commitment.
yeah,
And it's not just a 5-minute, none of the things that you're dealing with
it's
are 5-minute things.
right. And I had to take a long, hard look at one point when I first got custody of Frankie when he was 4. I was in Craving Strange, just started to take off. We just started to build the band. I was in the band like 3 years, and we had everything rolling. We were touring. We were doing some cool stuff. We had a lot of good things headed our way. And I had to take a look at the fact that I just got custody of my son. I can't tour. He's 4.
Yeah.
He's got special needs. I had to come into this room and tell my brothers, I can't do this. It's not fair to you guys, and it's not fair to my son. And that was the hardest decision, but it was the right decision. And I stepped down as lead guitar player in 2010. And yeah, I stepped aside from Craving Strange for about 5 years, and 5, 6 years, about 6 years almost. And in 2016, you know, Frankie's, we've been through a lot. He's older
Right,
now. He's
right.
like, you know, Jimmy and I, we had a conversation, and he said to me, "You want to come jam with?" It would be me, Jimmy Tassone, and Jim at the studio. You want to come in and hang out on a Saturday afternoon? I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So I came in and we jammed. It was just like old times. 6 years didn't even matter. It was like that feeling of brotherhood was there, and you know, we laughed and we had a good time, and we had a great time together. And that was when Matt, at the time who replaced me, was leaving the band.
Oh,
And Jim
okay.
said, at the end, I'm packing up, and I'm like, "Wow, this is fun, guys. We should do this again." And Jim's like, "Yeah, we got 2 shows booked. You want to play the shows?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then Jim's like, "All right, cool." I'm like, "I'm playing 2 shows back with Craving Strange. Oh my god, this is great." And then he goes, "You want to join the band again?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." Oh wait, I have to check with Frankie first. So I call Frankie. He's like, "Dad, go, get out of the house, play your music." And yeah, I've been back in the band ever since. We made records and just back at it, you know. So.
And popular as all get out. If you're not, I'm gonna say on Long Island. I mean, you've reached further than that,
Yeah,
but
we've
I'm
toured
gonna
out.
I'm gonna be small for a minute. If you're not on Long Island and haven't seen them live, because that's where I see them, of course, they bring it, and they bring a crowd to every show.
Yeah, we're very lucky. We're definitely
Every
a very
show.
lucky band. We're the things that we've sacrificed to get to where we're at. You know, is we're very lucky. We love our fans. We love our friends.
And they love you, and that's the thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool thing when you play guitar and you play a riff that you wrote on your couch, and then you hear the vocals, and then all of a sudden you hear people singing it like in abundance. And it's like, holy crap! I wrote that on my sofa, and people are yeah, I called it a sofa, and people are singing it. It's like, it's crazy.
But that's because you
It's
touched
so
them.
rewarding, yeah.
That's because you touched them.
And then Jim sang one of our songs in Mandarin because we toured China. And you hear people singing in Long Island the Mandarin version of one of our songs, and it's like, okay. Yeah, this is why I do this.
Oh my god, I'm learning so much. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's cool stuff.
I'm gonna corral you because I want to get back to your blog, so we're gonna take one more break.
Corral?
And we'll be right back.
Corral.
And we are back. I corralled him
It was wonderful.
because we're making our way back again to why you started this blog
Yeah.
and what your hopes are right now for it.
My the hope with anything that I kind of do is always for a positive. It's positivity. All my posts that I post on social media, anything that I write about, any music that I put together, I have to have some sort of positivity in there. You know, there's so much negativity going on in the world, even before everything that's hit now. There's a lot of negative.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hate. There's a lot of anger. And right now there's a lot of fear, I feel. You know, there's a lot of fear in people's minds.
Yes.
And fear turns to anger. You know, anger turns to situations. But if we could turn it around in a way where, hey, listen, there's this guy who has a blog site. He's going to talk about some shit that he's gone through, and he's going to talk about the solution of how he went through it and how he's progressing now in a positive light. Yeah, I've dove into drugs and alcohol, but in February 2nd, I'll have 15 years clean, free.
Wow.
Not a drink, not a drug. I watch what I take in my body. If I have to take aspirin, I want to know why. You know, like I'm very, very sensitive to those things. I take pride in my recovery. I take pride because it was a crazy battle. Recovery for me is another focal point of why I'm doing this blog.
Okay.
There are a lot of struggling addicts out there who, when you go to Narcotics Anonymous meetings, which I've gone to, you share.
Right.
You get moments to speak. And every single time that I share, I felt like I was freeing myself. I felt like I could share about whatever it is that I was feeling in that moment, But then I learned through repetitive going to meetings and listening to the people who were clean multiple years and doing it and successful, people who were once criminals, people who were once in jail, now are successful CEOs of companies and are parents and dads and moms, and they're happy because they followed suggestions, they listened to, you know, what was being taught. I wanted that. And then they would talk about the problem, but always at the end, the solution. And to me, it's like, if there's no solution and you're only talking about the problem, what are you gonna do to fix it?
And what's the point?
Right. It's not even that. It's just sometimes you got to get it out, right? It's like,
This is, okay,
you know,
fair
oh my
enough.
God, I can't believe that I got fired from my job. Okay, well, what was your point? What was your part that you played in it? What did you do? Oh, you took off of work on Fridays too many times, and now your boss is mad and you're fired. Okay, so it's a hard look at life, not the, oh, I got fired from my job. Yeah, that sucks, but what really happened?
Right, right.
And it's about honesty. It's about getting inside. And once the drugs and alcohol are gone, now we got to look at me. I got to look at why I'm doing drugs and alcohol. Why am I? Because I had pain because my dad died. Because I never felt accepted. I needed to be loved. I needed to be cared for because I'm that child that was abandoned, you know, but in the third grade, you know, playground where everyone else is having a great time being picked for kickball, and I wasn't because I liked to kiss. You know, it's a roller coaster ride, but the end result is, you know, I'm here. I've been through it. I'm sure there's more storms going to come my way, but we always got to look at when there is a storm. You got to look at how's your foundation, and that's on my website. A story called "How's Your Foundation." When life hits, that's the storm. A long time ago, a friend of mine in recovery said to me, "What are you going to do when the storm comes? How's your foundation?" I didn't know what that meant. How's your like my house? I live in Merrick. My house is pretty sturdy, you know. But I had to really through time understand. You know, you understand by keep going to meetings and listening to people, and you know, oh, my foundation is what did I learn in recovery? So when I feel like I want to use drugs, when I feel like there's a bad situation that's coming, and I don't want to handle it and I don't want to feel it, I'll use drugs. No, how's your foundation? We're gonna learn to not use no matter what. That as long as you don't pick up, you don't get high. That we take it one day at a time. That it's okay to feel, but feelings pass. And to hold on and to weather the storm. Because at the end, the sun's gonna shine. And when that sun shines, that feeling of like the warmth, it's the same way of you actually feeling the sun. You know, I didn't have to drink. I didn't have to pick up that drug. I got through it. And then it gives you energy to go, I'm coming to a meeting and I want to share about this. I want to tell you all this great shit. I went through this and I went through that, but here's the solution of what I went through. And then hopefully the idea is, the hope is that someone listens, whether it be one person or 10, and it makes a difference in their life, and then it passes. I've had people write to me, it's so weird. I've had people write to me, and people I don't know. Frank, I heard you share it in our narcotics meeting 4 years ago. You saved my life. And I'm like, that's huge. Don't tell me I did that. That I don't understand how that happens. And then they'll tell me, they're like, you know, you just shared your story, and for me, I identified, and I'm clean now, you know, 2.5 years, and I have a beautiful family, and I have I have a good job now. It's like, wow.
And you did that. You
It's
did that.
You know
Well,
what it is?
no,
It's the
you
power of
helped
experience
yes.
to bring it out, and
you
that's what the
helped
hope
them
for the
do it.
website to me is.
You helped them
I-
do it
I-
because of what you did.
I love helping people. I do. And I sometimes get down on myself because maybe I feel like I'm not, like, you know, you go to a store, they see tattoos, they see long hair, they see, you know, a person, they judge. Instantly. But if you get past that, there's a human being on the other side of that wall that you're putting up. And even with people in the world, you instantly judge when you see someone. And I had to learn to get past that. If you can get past the judging and look in that window of who that person really is, we're all the same.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if I have a tattoo. It doesn't matter if I'm white or black or, you know, what matters is who we are inside and the love we give each other. And we're together. We just have to realize that we're in it together. You know, that's kind of what I, with the whole website thing, want to do. Is bring that out.
And I'm sorry, that website again was?
Frank Junior pagesofmylife.rocks. The .rocks thing I thought was cool because .com was
I like
not
that.
around, so I'm like, I'll take .rocks. That's cool.
No, that's very cool, cause you rock, bro.
Oh, thank you, sir.
But I wanna, I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
I really am. You know I have the utmost respect for you.
Thank you, and I have absolutely the same for you.
And thank you.
You're welcome. You're to me an inspiration because of the things that you've been through and go through, and you continue to fight and you continue to, you know, rise above. You know, and I admire that. And even if I don't vocally say things out loud or whatever it is, inside my heart, I have that for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You just made me cry.
It's not my aftershave?
You know, no, your
Okay.
aftershave's perfect.
Okay.
Wow, you just turned the tables on me completely, and I appreciate it, and I love you with all my heart.
I love you too.
Ladies and gentlemen, check him out, Frank Junior Guertin.
Thanks so much, Frank Junior pagesofmylife.rocks. If you want to check out music, cravingstrange.net. Thank you, Katie. I love you.
I love you too.